Good morning, gladiators. Today is Tuesday, December 1st. Happy December. Today we're going to be reviewing quotation mark rules and taking a quotation mark exit ticket, the same as we did with capitalization, to review these grammar skills so that you can do well on your revising and editing portion of your cold read that we will be taking on Thursday. And then we're going to start the first part of our cold read, a nonfiction passage. This is the second test grade for this cycle, so it is really important that you do your very best on this test grade. Okay, let's see. So, rules for quotation marks. So remember that a direct dialogue quote has two parts. It has a dialogue tag, mother yelled, and then of course it has the quote or the dialogue. So the dialogue tag tells you who said it or how they said it. The dialogue tag can come at the beginning or the end or even in the middle of your sentence. Mother yelled, comma. We have to separate the dialogue tag with a comma before we have our open quotes and the actual dialogue. All punctuation goes inside our quotation marks. Mother yelled, comma, open quotes, come clean your room now, exclamation mark, close quotes. If we were to put the dialogue tag at the end of our sentence, it would look like this. Come clean up your room now, yelled mother. So that should be a G, dialogue tag. A dialogue tag, comma, what the person, and the quote is what the person said. What the person said, that's a quotation, comma, dialogue tag. What the person asked. If it is a question, if your quotation is a question, then you would need a quotation, a question mark in the quote, dialogue tag, period. The beginning of your quotation, or what the person says, must begin with a capital letter because it is the start of a sentence of what they said. If the quote ends the sentence, the ending punctuation goes inside the quotation marks, just like this. This is at the end, so the exclamation mark goes inside. That is a rule that you need to remember. All punctuation goes inside the quotations, not outside. Don't use quotes if it is not exactly what the person said. So if you're going to paraphrase what they said, Mom said that I needed to clean my room right now, then you don't need quotes. But if it is a word-for-word direct quotation or dialogue, then you need to set it off with quotations. Mom demanded, comma, whoops, clean your room now. Okay, so a dialogue tag at the beginning of the sentence must be followed by a comma. Mom yelled, comma. A dialogue tag at the end of the sentence, the comma is needed after the quote. This is how you divide decimals, comma, in quotes, explain that. So regardless of your dialogue tag where it is, it needs to be separated from your direct quotation with the comma. In this case, it follows the dialogue tag before the quotations. If it's at the end, then the comma goes inside the quotations before the dialogue tag. So let's practice. The beginning of what the person says must begin with a capital letter. If the dialogue tag comes at the beginning, then it must be followed by a comma. Don't use quotes if it is paraphrased, not exactly word for word what the person said, and the ending mark for the quote goes inside the quotation mark. So how would I let's see. Nope. How would I punctuate this? The guard said, comma, open quotes, capital. The giant squid is one of the largest creatures in the world, period, end quotes. Early sailors believed giant squids were sea monsters, our guide explained. So here's our dialogue tag. We would start a quotation. Quote, open quotes, early sailors believed giant squids were sea monsters, comma, close quotes. We don't capitalize our dialogue tag. Our guide explained, period. Just how big is a giant squid? Okay, so this is a question that Tyrell is asking. So we would open quotes. Just how big is a giant squid? Quotation mark, end quotes, ask Tyrell, period. Okay, so tomorrow we'll be going over split dialogue or a broken quote, so you can save this for tomorrow. Please complete the capitalization and dialogue review exit ticket. There are 4 questions, so they do your very best. And then this is going to tell you how to open the test, the cold read test in CMS. You must use the passcode ELA7, and here's the test ID. Do your very best. We will have time, if you don't finish this by the end of the class period, we'll have time to finish it not tomorrow, but on Thursday. When we take the poetry cold read, we'll have the remainder of the period to finish this test and the poetry cold read. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I hope you have a wonderful day.